What's up, guys? Welcome back, and this is not a comic haul video as the title suggests. This is in fact a video entry for VinCru's 450 subs contest. So first off, before we get into the contest, VinCru, Mike, well done, friend. 450 subs. I couldn't even dream to achieve such numbers one day. I've always said it every time I leave a comment on your post, with your videos. You really do. You take me to school each video, man. I always have a notepad and pen ready, you know. Always got a notepad and pen ready to write down all the pearls of wisdom you drop on me. Because you know, you do your research, man, and you just got an abundant wealth of knowledge when it comes to comics, and it's brilliant. It's amazing, and I love it, and I learnt so much from you. So thank you, dude. I really appreciate it. And you're generally a nice guy as well. You always make the effort to comment to everyone's comment back to everyone's comments, which is great. So well done, Mike. You deserve it. And here's the next 450 subs. So you asked us 5 questions, I think it was. Well, you know. By the way, if you, in the background you can hear some music. It's Taylor Swift. I'm playing that from Manga Comics. Hope you like it. Anyway. First question you asked was, what do I think will happen in the future in comic books? I take it, yeah, in comic books, not in the world, because, well, that'd be different. Unfortunately, what I think will happen with Marvel in particular is, I think Marvel are going to continue to go down the road with making their comic books fit in with their movie world. Which kind of, yeah, I understand you want the movies to represent the comics and vice versa, but the source material has always been the comics, and the movies should be derived from that. I kind of feel now Marvel are trying to move us into the direction that they're trying to make the comics dictate the movies. So not necessarily doing what's right for the comic, but what's doing best for the screen, if that makes sense. It's like, you look at Fantastic Four, that was cancelled recently. Yeah, it wasn't doing great themselves, I know that. But you have to wonder, had Marvel had the movie rights to that film, would they have backed it a bit more? Would they have given it a bit more publicity? You know? Would they have given it a push? You know? Instead of cancelling it. You know, I can't help but think that if Marvel were to get the rights to Fantastic Four tomorrow, A, they would make a film for sure, and B, you know they would make a new comic book, put the fucking A-team on it, and it would be amazing. So I kind of feel Marvel, well, I love the films, I just don't want the books to suffer because of the films. I could be wrong. Hope I am wrong. What do I think is going to happen in the bubble? What's a bubble at the moment? And what creates a bubble? Well, to be honest, I think we create our own bubbles, and especially within the YouTube community. We're quite a close-knit group, and anytime someone shows a book off with a first appearance, we all jump on that and we try and strive to get that book. And I think, you know, it's like anything. You know, you tell your friends, I tell my friends, you tell your story, whatever. Knowledge spreads. You know, that's the great thing about knowledge. Sometimes it's like a disease, it spreads and tells everyone. And I think sometimes we create our own bubbles, and sometimes we're victims of ourselves. And we end up paying over the odds for books because of, I don't know, our want. Really badly, like about where I don't know, we want things. So yeah, I think we create our own bubbles at the moment. I think generally we are dictating our own hype and hysteria. Question 3: Big 3 suggestions from Marvel, DC, and Image. I had to make notes. Vin, you asked some good questions. I had to make notes from all. Big 3 from Marvel. My big 3 suggestions. Well, for Marvel, number 1, stop doing the. I'm gonna swear. Stop doing those fucking banners. I fucking hate them. I really hate the banners on Marvel covers. They make the covers look shit. Yeah, I know they want corporate identity, but do it with the logo, not a big red banner at the bottom of the book. It looks horrible. Ugh. You know, and I agree with what Vin said. You know, stop. And this goes across the board with all publishers really. Stop giving books like a 15 to 30 issue run. You know, are we ever going to see a book will pass 100 issues. Now, I don't know. I really cannot see any books going past 100 issues now. Which is a shame, because why not? You know, it's like, I don't know. It's just, it just feels a bit disposable, and I don't like that. What else can they do? Marvel also, stop with the tie-ins. Oh my god, I've never known a company do so many tie-in books. It does my head in. You know, I want to read a Justice League, not Justice League, sorry, an X-Men story in an X-Men book. I don't have to read an X-Men book and then next week go over to buy Avengers to read the rest of the fucking book. That just pisses me off. You know, if I wanted to buy Avengers, I would. And that's kind of wrong, and it's cheeky. You know, I think it is very wrong. Also, the pricing point. I think Marvel should take a number out of DC and Image and make their books a bit more affordable. Why are they so expensive? If DC can make a book for $2.99, why can't Marvel? You know, especially when Marvel, they love to advertise their own shit. For DC, it's not really it is a criticism in a way. My criticism would be, can we have less Batman books? I know that kind of feels wrong saying let's have less Batman books, but I'm kind of overwhelmed by all the Batman books we have, you know, and it's just, it'd be nice to have a bit less, you know. It's I'm trying to think of something. We have Red Hood. Well, that's not Batman, but it's Batman related. But Batman directly, we have Batman Eternal, Batman Robin, Detective Comics, Batman New 52, Arkham Manor. He's in that. That's 5 books. Batman Eternal, which is weekly. There's a shit ton of Batman books, and while I love Batman, I'd rather they focus on maybe 2 to 3 really good Batman titles. You know, because as much as I love Batman, I got to draw the line somewhere, and I have to stop somewhere, and I have to say, right, I'm not going to get this Batman title because I want to read something other than Batman. You know, as much as I love Batman, I don't just want to read Batman all month. So I'd say slow down on Batman. It's kind of a bit much. And also the weekly books. As much as I'm enjoying Batman Eternal, I think it's a great book. I don't like buying it every week. I wouldn't mind buying it every fortnight, you know, bi-weekly, bi-monthly, that's fine. But yeah, you know, with Future's End and Batman Eternal, that's 8 books a month straight there, on 2 books, or 2 titles, and that's a lot. So I'm not appreciative of that. You know, and going off onto the movies, which I know they're not directly involved. I know Warner Brother handles the movies, but come on, they must have an input in towards the movies. Take your time. Stop rushing these films. It does my head in. It's like Suicide Squad. They've already announced the cast for Suicide Squad, which I don't think is going to stay. I don't think that'll be the final cast. And they've cast all these people to play the roles, and they haven't even written a script for it yet. So right away, that worries me, because that means they're probably going to write the script towards the actors in the film, rather than getting actors to shoot the script for a decent film. So that worries me immensely. And why is Joker in it? He shouldn't be in it. Why are you wasting Joker on a Suicide Squad title? Not that Suicide Squad doesn't deserve it, but Joker goes with Batman, you know what I mean? That's just the way it works. Yin and Yang, they go together. So why are you putting them in a different franchise? It doesn't make sense. You know, I could go on. I think we could go on for about DC films. You know, TV shows great, films shit. Image. For Image, I would like them to be more consistent. And when I say consistent, I'd like them to meet their deadlines. I'm tired of a book coming out, doing 3 issues, and we get really into that book, and then suddenly we have to wait 3 or 4 months for the next issue. You know, that just kills all momentum. It just makes you think, what the hell happened next? And you're like, well, you probably then dropped it for something else, and then you end up getting the trade. You know, and like that's why Image books read better than trades, because they're fucking, you'd have to wait a year to read it. So yeah, I'd like them to be more consistent with their release dates. Also, how many number 1s these guys put up? I think they're sort of, again, I think we're part of the problem in this. We made a bit of a rod for our own backs when we say pick up Image number 1s, because the number ones, and I think they know that now, and so they're kind of pumping them out a bit. Slow down on the books a bit, I would say. Number one, I've got to watch the time. We've got 4 minutes left. Who would I want to paint my portrait? Well, Vin, I totally agree. It's Alex Ross. If it's going to be one my family could see, and only my family would see, it'd be the last one of me. It's got to be Alex Ross, surely. Who else would it be? And pick one of each set of books and why. So, is it Showcase 1 or 28? First Print Steel Server? I can't remember. Or Fantastic Four number 1. Well, I'll go Fantastic Four number 1. And I would probably resell that book, quite frankly. Batman 1 or Amazing Spider-Man 1? Batman 1 for me. I am a Batman guy more than a Spider-Man guy. You know, easy peasy. And that one I would keep and cherish for the rest of my days. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1 or Walking Dead 1? That's a tricky one. I know a lot of people will probably go for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm going to go Walking Dead number 1. I love Walking Dead. I think it's amazing. And if I actually bought number 1, if I actually had number 1, it'd probably inspire me to get the rest of the issues. So yeah, Walking Dead number 1. New Mutants 98 or Harley Quinn number 1. Oh. Quite frankly, Harley Quinn and Deadpool. I like both characters, but generally don't give a shit about either. You know, I can take them or leave them. So, which one would I rather have? In all honesty, I'm not really fussed. Part of me would have New Mutants 98 because it's part of the X-World, and I'd like that in my collection. But I'd have to say I'd go with Harley Quinn, and I'd only go for Harley Quinn because that front cover is bitchin'. That is it. I'd go for that just because the front cover alone. I could just look at it and look at it. So yeah, that would be it. So I've wrapped this up in about 12 minutes, so I'm quite good for that. I'm happy because my video is going to run out any minute now. It just will because it's crap. So once again, Mike, well done, mate. 450 subs. Congratulations, you deserve it more and more. If you haven't watched Mike's videos, VinCru1200, go and check him out. You probably already have. I can't believe anyone who's subbed to me isn't subbed to Vin, so... But if you haven't, go and check him out. He's awesome. And he's got one of the most immense collections ever. And probably one of the most patient and adoring wives ever as well. Because my wife would not let me have nowhere near as many books as he's got. I am so jealous. But thank you anyway. Thanks for sharing. Take care, mate. Well done. Bye.